Friends, it's Terri Gaines, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. In this video tutorial, I'm going to give you all the details on how I created this 3D project using the Lily of the Valley bundle. The bundle is the stamp set and dies bundle for 10% savings, or you can purchase them each individually. The stamp set has several sentiments, a greenery stamp, plus these stamps that can be cut out with the dies, plus you have these decorative dies. I use this die, and I've already cut that out using basic white cardstock, and I've colored that in already as well. I use the light Granny Apple Green Stampin' Blend. The Stampin' Blends are a combo pack. You get a light and a dark color, so I colored that in with the light. And then on the tops of the flowers, I colored those in with the light Petal Pink Stampin' Blend, and just to give it a little bit of accent. So I got that die cut and already colored in. I also die cut this die 4 times. 3 of them I cut out of gold foil. The gold foil is white on the back side, so the 4th flower or greenery I cut out of basic white. So one of them is going to be sandwiched together. So I've done that that way. I'll show you that in a moment. The other prep work I've done is I have a 1-inch circle. Now, if you have a 1-inch circle punch, you can use that, or if you have a small circle die, you can use that. And then I've already cut a banner. This banner is from the 3 banner punch, and it is bundled with the banner saying stamp set. You can get this bundled for 10% savings or purchase them separately. I've stamped this ahead of time using the pecan pie ink and the stamp set here. So I have one of the stamps says, "I'm here for you." I just have the "for you" stamped. I want to share how I did that. I actually cut my stamp apart. Right between the 2 words I wanted to separate, I cut like a puzzle. I didn't make a straight cut. I cut at a little angle. That way it's like a puzzle and I can get it to fit perfectly back together. Use it as the intended sentiment, or use just the "for you." As you can see, the "for you" is well loved already. I use that often. So I stamped that on this towards the banner part. So there's 3 banners on here. I just used that top one. Now I don't need it that long, so I'm actually going to go in here and just cut a new point here. So that's what I need for the project. So that's the decorative part of, or most of the decorative part for the project. Now for the flower pot base. That is 5 inches by 2 3/8. And I am using a new paper that will be released in Stampin' Up's July 2026 online exclusives, which will be available July 1st. And it is called the Shimmery Stripes 12 by 12 papers. You get 4 each in your package when you purchase that. As demonstrators, we can pre-order it. And it is a little bit thicker than Designer Series paper, and hopefully it shows up in the camera. It's got these small stripes of just shimmer like glitter, glimmer. So it's really, really pretty. So that's what I cut that out of. And then the flower pot band, I have created that to be 6 inches by 1/2 inch. So these have to be scored. So I'm going to bring in the Simply Scoring tool to score that. So I'm going to get that all set up here. If you don't have the Simply Scoring tool, you can use your paper trimmer with the scoring blade on it. So I'm going to put that in the corner. And for the flower pot base, I'm going to score at 2 inches and at 2.5 and at 3. So I have that scored. For the band, I'm going to score that at 2 1/4 and 4 1/2. So I've got that scored. Now what I'm going to do is cut the flower pot. Let me just put that aside here. Now I'm going to prep this and cut this piece out. So on the front side, we're going to make a valley fold, mountain fold, valley fold, mountain fold. Kind of create this bottom like this. Make sure the sides line up. Now, if the folds don't line up, I don't worry too much about that. I just make sure that that's all lined up like so. Now what I'm going to do is cut this. I need it on an angle, and I'm going to use the Nested Essential dies. These are well loved. I use these a lot. I'm going to use the second largest of this shape, and I'm going to cut this where this bottom part does not cut the fold, but just cuts the sides of this. So I'm going to bring in my cut and emboss machine, and I'm going to bring in the machine and the platform and get this all set up. So what I have here are all the platforms. They all come with the machine. You get your platform 1, plate 2, clear plate 3. I'm going to put all of that down. Now what I want to do, as I mentioned, is make sure I don't cut these folds off on the bottom. So I want to make sure I visually see the folds before, I don't have to see a lot of gap. I just need to see the fold because the cutting blade is on the other side of the stitches on the, so I'm going to place it like that. Now I need to hold it down. I like using these transparent Post-it notes. I get them at the Dollar Tree, and I just cut in because I don't need a full sheet. And then I can just grab a tab and pull it. And I'm going to put one on each side. And I actually have one right here. You can use them more than one time. So I just put them on the machine to hold that. So I'm going to put one on each side just to keep that in place. Put plate 3 on top of here and run it through the machine. So we'll get this all sandwiched together, run it through the machine. Now, because I'm cutting multiple layers, I'm going to go forward and then I'm going to go back. That way I can make sure I cut everything. Get the machine out of the way here. And let's see how this turns out. Get all of these out of the way. And I can save my Post-it notes. Oops, save my Post-it, attempt to save my Post-it notes. Here we go. Get those. And it actually cut it all the way through. If it doesn't, just take a scissors and cut it. So now what I have is this base, and that's the flower pot shape. I don't worry about these little points here. I leave those like that. Now I do want to let you know there's a front and a back. The front is visible where you see the stitches. The back, you don't see the stitching as well. It's not important, but I kind of like to make sure that is always the front. So now what we're going to do is assemble all of this. So I'm going to start out by putting this circle on the bottom of the flower pot here. So I'm going to just put that down here. I have this just to keep some stability and keep this flat. We want to keep that flat so it's going to stand. And then I'm going to take one of the gold greenery and the white. Now I'm going to, I don't know, did I show you what's in here? I think some people think it's chocolate, but it's not. It is one of these candies with a stick. So I have grabbed one of these, and I don't want this to be visible. So I've decided to wrap them with some gold foil squares. These are sold to wrap candies. And this particular kind I got off Amazon. They're not very expensive. You can wrap ones, I got gold ones, but if you wanted, you can turn them the other way and have silver on the outside. So how I did that was I just folded that. I put the candy right in the middle, and then I tried to have these papers even. So then I just folded this down and wrapped it like that. Folded this down and wrapped it like that. So I just wrapped it around here and then just twisted the top. So what I'm basically doing is camouflaging this so it's a more, let me just show you my prototype. This is my prototype that I created. I didn't want this wrapper to be that way. So like I said, if you wrap it, then you have it more, it's hidden, and it's kind of like a surprise when people see what it is. Now, once I have that all wrapped, I do make sure that it stands straight and just push that down so it's flat here. Now back to this. We're going to put these to camouflage that stick. So I'm going to have the curved part on the top. So I'm going to use my craft mat, put my Stampin' Seal on this greenery piece, and then I'm going to attach it to the stick. So now the second one that I've been talking about is going to be attached backwards and to cover up the sandwich that between it. Now when you die cut, you can tell what the front is and what the back is. What I do for the back, when I want the back visible, is take my bone folder and just smooth out those die cut lines a little bit. I do have some dark paper fibers on here as well. I picked it up from my plate. I'm just going to get those off. By smoothing that, it's a more kind of cleans up the back a little bit. So the adhesive goes on the front part of the die, and then match this up, and you're going to sandwich these dies. You're going to sandwich that stick between the two dies. And there we have that portion of it. So that's going to be placed in like this. How I chose to assemble this is on the front side, I'm going to attach the other two leaves. So I'm going to put a strip of adhesive right across the back of this piece, and I'm going to put one of these on the left, curving that way, and then I'm going to turn this one the opposite way and have it go to the right. So I've attached those with adhesive across here. Now I'm going to take some dimensionals, and this is going to be attached for two reasons. Let me grab my take your pick tool here. What I'm going to do is attach them to first help support this greenery. So I have a little bit attached to the greenery, a little bit to the flower pot base on both sides, and that's going to help secure the greenery. But I also am going to use this to secure the flower pot. And, excuse me, we want these spaced enough apart that this piece can go between the dimensionals as well. And then being too high, putting two dimensionals high is because of the width of this stick. So we want all of that taken care of. So what I do is I do that, put my dimensionals, got the backing off. I'm going to set this in here, and then I'm going to bring these flower pot tops together. Whoops, I want to make sure, well, that moves around, so we're okay. It's going to be between there. So now I have that. So does that all make sense how I attach that? Now, next I'm going to put the flower in. So I just chose to do it this way. Then I'm going to take this and trim part of this stem off. I didn't color the whole thing because I knew I didn't need to. I'm going to trim that off, and I'm going to put mini dimensionals on the bottom 4 of these. Not all of them, just the bottom 4. And the bottom, very bottom flower is bigger than the rest of them. When I put the dimensional, I'm going to make sure I put it towards the top of the flower, not the bottom. And I'll show you why I do all of that. So I got those 4 attached. I'm going to take the backings off. And they're very strong, which is great. There we go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to place it right in here. So sometimes you need to just loosen that a little bit. You can see that moves around, so I'm good with that. I want to get that greenery. Let me just move this back in place. I want to just put that stem right down in this area. So they all went smooth. Let's see if I can get that one in there. There we go. Now what I'm going to do is those 4 dimensionals are going to be attached to the greenery, to the gold foil. So I have a dimensional back here, a dimensional back there, here and here. This one is on this green leaf die. This one's on this one, and this on the. That kind of keeps all of these greenery gold foil pieces in place. So I've done it like that. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is put this band on, but before I put it on, I'm going to fold all the score lines to be mountain folds. So they're going to be attached like this. What I do is I put my adhesive along the whole strip here. And what I do is the center one is on the back. So what I'm going to do is place this. I have it a little bit higher here. So I see a little bit of space here. That's just by how I choose to do it. So I attach that. My adhesive is here and here as well. I fold this shorter tab in. And I did not put a dimensional underneath this portion, so I can put that band underneath there. The dimensional is higher, nothing behind that. Then I can turn this one over and attach that. So that's how I chose to put the band on. The next thing I'm going to do is attach the little banner. Now, what did I do with that? Oh, here it is, kind of got hidden. So I'm going to take this and use mini glue dots. So I'm going to put a mini glue dot on the back of that little point, and then I'm going to put a mini glue dot on the front of it. And then I'm going to take that off. I'm going to place that right here. Then I'm going to make a bow with this beautiful, it's a gold striped mesh ribbon. Now this is currently available. It goes out of stock on a semi-regular basis. Absolutely beautiful. It makes beautiful bows, and it's very versatile ribbon that goes well with any project, but especially if you're using gold foil. It goes really, really pretty with that. So I'm going to make a bow with this. And then I'm going to attach that right to that mini glue dot that I added. And that finishes off. And we'll just make that a little bit more visible there. We have the For You. And that is the project. I hope you will like that. Now, what I wanted to do was tell you that you can use any designer series paper for this project. So I chose also to use this designer series paper. It's from the Valley and Bloom Suite collection, which includes the Lily of the Valley dies. This designer series paper is 12 by 12 in size, and you get 2 each of these the double-sided prints. I made some of these using that paper. So here's one with that plaid paper. So you can see it's double-sided. You got the other design, and I wrapped it with the basic white baker's twine. And here's another print. Actually, this is the same print. That's one side of it. This is the other side. This one I used cardstock for the band. This one I used designer series paper. All of the greenery for these, I use Granny Apple Green. Some of them I highlighted with the pool party, light pool party, and others with the petal pink. Here's another designer series paper, and this is the other side of that paper. And I just used designer series paper on the top of both of those. Here's one designer series paper. This is the other side of that same paper. And I added the gold bows to those. Here's one of the papers. This is the other side of this one. So front side and back side of those papers. This is the one I did the petal pink. Most of them I did the pool party. And I think that was it. Those are all of them that I made with that designer series paper. I hope you enjoyed this video tutorial. I will have these measurements in the text portion of this YouTube video. I will also have them on my blog. I will also have the photos on my blog. If you have any questions, please reach out. If you're looking for any of the supplies that I used on the bottom of my blog post, and in the bottom of the text portion of the YouTube video, I'll list all the supplies that I used, and they'll be linked to my online store if you want to get more details about the product. Reach out if you have any questions. I would love to have you subscribe to my YouTube channel, and take care and happy creating.